Welcome back. Episode number 25 of the Armchair Warriors podcast. We can rent a car as a podcast. We can't actually, but our podcast could if it went and rented a car.
I wish I could rent a car.
Why?
What car would you rent?
Like,
To try.
when I went to LA, we had a Dodge Charger. It was a weird one. Like, it was weird. Like, the interface was weird. If I had to pick a car, though, to, like, rent, like, how expensive are we talking here?
Like, you gotta put insurance on it, so you can't be
Yeah.
like right. Something
Like, what's my limit, though? Like,
we'll say like a $200,000 car.
Okay, I'd probably go with a Dodge Caravan.
All right, we love Dodge Caravan over here. I mean, to be fair, I would love to have. Actually, I'd get a 12-passenger van. Is what I'd get. Just drive the boys around.
Take the boys around.
Yeah. Anyways, let's hop into the hockey part of this.
As you can tell by the title, what a horrible start for Colton Roberts from his podcast.
Oh,
If
yeah,
you clicked
sorry.
on and seen this. I'm so sorry.
Yeah. We had Colton Roberts
We had
this
Colton
week, and he was
Roberts.
awesome.
San Jose Sharks prospect.
Yeah.
He was a 5th round pick by the San Jose Sharks. Went to U17s. He is now playing for the Vancouver Giants of the WHL.
One of my favorite D-men in the WHL.
Oh, he's so
Yeah.
good. Not only is he really good at hockey, he's a really good dude. He was
One of the best golfers we've had on, believe it or not.
Well, yeah, he's apparently a stick, so we're gonna have to go and golf with him. But super, super nice dude. He was super funny. Gave us some good stories and really easygoing. So we want to say thank you again to him because he was the best. But that'll be in the middle of the podcast. But yeah, we got a few things to talk about. Just got back from intramurals. I can feel my nasal cavities clogging up.
Yeah, Dylan's a little sick, so sorry for you having to listen to his voice today.
My voice, I sound like a Muppet, so I'm gonna try and keep it as good as I can. But anyways, where do you want to start?
Intramurals. We finished second. We locked down second place.
Snap for the boys in second. Snap for the boys in second.
And we tied the team that's in first in
Yeah.
the only game we played them. Jace looked back, which is
Jace
a big
is
reason
back.
as to why we are in second place, because otherwise I don't think it would have gone so well.
Points update?
Points update. I'm losing.
Not, but he's
I'm playing
losing.
D.
He's losing because he played goalie.
I did play goalie for a game.
So
Speaking of, I have a better goals against average than our current goalie, but whatever.
and we
We'll talk
played the
about
worst
that
team.
later.
Worst team. Doesn't matter. Yeah, and it was fun. We had so many guys.
Yeah, we have too many guys on our team, but we pumped the team we were playing. It was 9-2, I think, was the correct score, despite what the girls in the score box said. And
wow, you're gonna sue him.
I am going to sue them. I was a little upset.
They turned the clock off.
Twice.
That they
Yeah,
did.
that was
I had a
crazy.
nickel.
How do you turn the clock off twice? Like you actually actively have to press a button to turn it off.
Yeah, because the first time, or whatever, second
Yeah,
time, like
respect.
you know what you did, and it's
Fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice,
shame on Dylan.
shame on me.
Sorry, I just want to get that out there.
That we're
And
wagging.
now we're heading into playoffs for the fall semester
I
of
think we get a
2024.
bye.
I think we get a bye.
We're so good.
We're so good. Not to pump our tires, but you guys have heard our stories about how bad we are. So
Oh, we had a struggle.
but we're back.
We're back.
Yeah. First thing I want to go to is the WHL NCAA, because that came out like the second we posted our video last week.
We talked about it a little bit with Colton.
Yep.
He was not him personally, not him only. Kind of the entire league was. They knew what was going on, but it happened so fast. They were almost blindsided by the decision. People knew it was going to happen, but it happened so fast. They're like, oh.
And I don't even think it was the decision that happened quick, because everyone knew when
Knew
it was
what
going
was
to
gonna
happen, what was
happen.
going to happen.
But the
but then-
turnover.
It was that day after you saw, like, what are we at now? 5, 6,
I think, yeah.
6 or 7 WHL 20-year-olds alone committed to D1 schools. Braxton Whitehead, obviously the first.
First to do it.
Crampton's going too. Like, and what was the big school that had grabbed a few?
Grambling State.
Yeah, Grambling State's got a few.
Yeah, a few guys have seen Alaska, so on and so forth. So, yeah, this is so big for the hockey world in
Yeah.
general. When did we? Hold on. I know when it got announced because we
It was on Thursday. It was last Thursday.
was it because
Yeah.
we talked about it on Twitter.
Yeah, we talked about it, and then we're just gonna see the fallout, I guess. I mean, no one's jumping ship this year to NCAA. These are all commitments for next year, which makes sense. But we've already seen, and Colton talked about it a little bit, that we've seen some of the BCHL guys and some junior guys. I'm pretty sure his buddy on Tri was Gavin Garland.
Mhm.
He's already jumped ship BCHL to Tri-City, and he's having a great rookie season as an 18-year-old. He's been awesome. Noah Kosick jumped to Calgary when he was committed to college just because they knew it was going to happen. And it'll be interesting to see if we see guys jump from the BCHL more. I'm not really too concerned about the AJ and SJ because I don't think that quality is quite strong enough.
Not anymore.
Not anymore. SJ, there might be a few. AJ, I think the quality's dropped too much that I don't know if there's a large scale group of players. BCHL, I wouldn't like. You could see quite a few guys jump.
The skill gap is for sure there. Whether it be the BCHL, obviously the other junior leagues, it's a lot more prominent than people think. The game's almost different in a sense. So
but it depends on the player you are because now like those guys that
some guys can step into it a lot easier than others.
There's good junior A players, and then there's players that were gonna go to the dub anyways, or like we're gonna be first round picks, like a Gavin Garland. And now he goes and plays junior A, puts up good numbers in junior A, but now he's in the dub and he's putting up really good numbers. And just it's the level of thinking that you see.
Yeah, it's different
in that gap. And if you were already tailored for that game and we're kind of just forced to play junior A, it's gonna help your development being able to play in the dub.
Yeah, this is just the start, obviously. The following year is going to be big. We can see 18, 19-year-olds, 17-year-olds maybe try and make the jump to college. So, but
we'll see what the CHL does for restrictions and then NCAA what they agree on.
I want to talk about this for half a second because I've seen it on Twitter and it really fired me. Sorry, I've seen it on X. Sorry, Elon. I seen it on X and it really fired me up because it was like they were talking about McKenna and DuPont, and I agree. I think at some point McKenna, if they get the member next year, because they put a bid in, right?
Mad Hat's got one, yeah.
And
Everett's got one.
If they get the member, I would be surprised to see McKenna leave. Now, when I talk about this isn't what this means, but they talk about college hockey like it is the be-all, end-all of hockey. And it was like they were almost putting the WHL to shame. I'm like, hold on. We might, we'll get to see a little bit of it, how players transition.
I'm so excited to see that. I was going to talk about that transition, but
I was a little bit upset with the fact that they're just like, oh, the WHL, because it, in a sense, it kind of is. It's going to be a pipeline to college hockey.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I was like, okay. So what you're saying is the WHL is essentially nothing compared to what American brain here.
Yeah.
What you guys have in college hockey. And granted, college hockey is really cool.
And they're probably almost thinking that college hockey, that like when you think that way, you think that college hockey won't improve because of this. But it will.
It will.
We think by a healthy margin.
And I understand the fact that they think college hockey is a better product because it's presented better in some places. Obviously, you have multi-million-dollar facilities.
Yeah.
Where in the WHL, you have smaller cities that have these teams that they're trying to support.
And you don't have these big campuses paying for your teams, right?
No.
Like in the States, you're paying what's your $50,000 Canadian a year. You
go
have
to a Boston University.
You have 30,000 students. Tuition's less than that, Jace. We looked it up. Yeah, we were fact checking. Tuition's less, but your overall cost is the same.
Yeah.
But you're paying $40,000 a year, and you have 50,000 students paying that. That is a lot of money to throw at a sports team, especially at BC, where
where hockey's
their bigger thing because their football program stinks.
Well, hold on, they're not bad.
They're not bad, but they're not a Georgia. They're not a Bama. No, they're not. No,
but I think
team, but
what I really did take away from it was I was like, huh, you just think the WHL is a joke, but it's before this, it was a pipeline to the NHL. You are getting ready to be a professional.
Yep.
That's how the WHL is treated. So to see them just be like, oh, we're going to take all the best players now. And eventually, I'd assume some guys go play college. But it was just like the immediate, like, we're better than you. Oh, I was so fired up.
But your player pool gets pretty small after you think about guys who have signed.
Mm-hmm.
They can't leave.
No.
Where are they going to go? They're better to learn. Well, I'm not going to say they're better off because I don't know what's better.
Yes.
But they're going to learn how to be a pro in the dub once they sign.
Yep.
Get ready to go to the A, which is a lot of your first, early second round guys are signed.
Yep.
Your fringe guys that as 19, 20-year-olds are going to be like, some of them want to continue playing. Some of them are going to think, what does an American degree really get me if I'm not going to be in the show in 4 years?
Right.
And you're going to want to stay in Canada just because a lot of American degrees are, especially playing hockey, who knows?
Right.
Now, obviously, if you get a full ride, go play D1.
Yeah, it's pretty straightforward.
Super cool 4 years.
Yes.
100%. And like a lot of guys will take it, but your top end guys are stuck.
Yeah,
I think you're going to see a lot of just I think it's going to be a lot more 19, 20-year-olds.
There's a weird gray area because the guys that get drafted are the guys that you're looking at that are probably going to get the full scholarships, but your first and second rounders, they're going to sign like that.
Yeah.
You're not getting those guys to come.
Will it stop guys from signing, or will it stop teams from signing?
I highly doubt it.
You don't think so?
What? Oh, sorry. You said teams?
Yes.
Possibly.
Be like, hey, we think you're good, but we want you, if we sign you, you're stuck in the dub where we can go send you to college for a year. If they've surpassed the dub level. Like, if they, like, what's the point in having even really like a Berkeley Cadden?
Yeah.
He's got 100. What did he get last year? 120 points?
Yeah. What's the point of dominating juniors?
Yeah, why come back? Like, push yourself a little bit. And again, not that college is miles ahead.
No.
But
you're playing against guys that
they're 20 to 25.
Yeah, you're playing against men.
Yeah.
Not like you're playing against 16 to 20. Like guys that are becoming men, but like these guys are men in college hockey.
Yeah.
So I'm super excited for next year because that's gonna be the absolute driving force in the switchover is we're gonna see these guys go over and we're really gonna get the full story.
The full
how do guys adapt? Is the transition as easy as we think it is from junior hockey to college hockey?
Yeah. A lot of people think college is smarter, if not like not even faster, just a lot smarter. Just the way they see the ice, but we also think that with dub the junior A, dub's smarter. That's like they just same speed. Those junior A guys can skate just as fast as the dub guys, obviously barring a few, but
sure,
right? Like the speed part isn't it? It's how you can think.
It's how fast you think.
Yeah,
and these guys have been tailored to think that fast and think the game right. So I don't watch college hockey, so I can't sit here and say I'm an expert and this is that. But I mean, when you see clips of college hockey, obviously these guys are so creative, like beyond creative. But guys in junior hockey, so I think at the end of the day, the difference between how fast and how smart you are with the game is marginal at best. I don't think it's really that different. I think guys think the game differently from league to league, but I don't think it's like these guys are way smarter. Yeah. Like you're not going to be able to think as fast as guys at the college level.
Yeah, like I agree that I think it's just a different adjustment, and as long as you can adjust,
and do you think going back to a cage is going to be different for some of these guys that play 2 years without one
or more? Some of these guys, 16, 17, 18, 19, go as a 20-year-old. Even if you go as a 20-year-old, not after you're 20-year-old, as a 20-year-old, you're 4 years with
that would suck. You're putting a cage again.
Yeah. Like I know when guys are young and they go to World Jays or International, they're like, hey, it's to wear the flag.
Yeah.
Now you're like, I gotta go put up. Obviously development wise, they're probably not all that concerned about it. But
no, this is a stupid thing to bring up.
But like
it literally
I agree. I wouldn't be very happy going
it's
back
not
to a cage.
I promise it wouldn't be that hard to adjust back to it. But it would be probably a little bit weird after 4 years of being free from that. That's what everybody wants. You want to get rid of the cage. That's every kid.
Like I'm cool.
That's every kid's thing growing up. We talked to Gardner about it. He's like, I don't get to wear a visor. This is dumb. At 5 years old, that's the only thing you want is to wear a visor. So once these guys get to wear a visor for 4 years and they're like, back to a cage you go, this sucks. But it
won't affect it. But the last point I want to touch on before you boring the people that don't follow this.
Sorry.
Well, I just want to touch on right now when you draft a player and you don't sign them, WHL you get 2 years when you're protected. NCAA you get 4.
Oh, okay.
You can protect guys for 4 years in the NCAA before you lose their rights.
Right.
I don't know how they're going to adjust that. Like, draft a guy out of the dub, are they going to now have? Are we going to have to find a common ground?
Yeah. Do you just split the difference? How does that work?
I want to be like 3 years.
Seems reasonable.
Same as like an ELC.
Yep.
You just like have 3 years protected and
you go from there.
Yeah. That was just kind of the last little piece is that you can only protect guys for so long depending where they're drafted out of and where they play, but you're not going to give a guy 6 years of protection.
No, that's also unfair to players.
That's where I was going with it. Not as much on the team. That's more unfair to the players.
Yeah.
Like, you don't want to have a player.
Yeah, you don't want to be
forced to be 6 years under.
Because we've watched guys early, recently 2 Americans, by the way, that have immediately wanted out of their team's situation because they don't think it's fit. And I think all power to the players. If you don't think it's proper for your development and you want to get out, I get it. But it's a weird thing. And I think everybody wants to see the players thrive. And that's the whole goal is
the whole tough it out mentality. And if you can't tough it out, the organization is going away.
It's pretty old for sure. If you think it's not right for your situation, I mean, put yourself in the situation. You wouldn't want to be stuck in an org that is not proper for what you were looking for coming out of junior college. Not the situation you think you're going to grow and flourish into being a professional. So I'm just kidding. I don't think it's an American thing. I understand where some of these guys are coming from, but I think ideally,
I think it's a slightly more American thing.
It definitely is. I just didn't want to say it.
I'll say it.
You want to, I think, being fair to players, I think you split the difference. I think 3 years is more than reasonable to have protection on a guy, and you kind of go from there.
Yeah. Okay. I like that.
I think you split it down the middle.
Yeah, and we'll see all this as it unfolds over the next little bit. But
there's still some fine tuning for sure.
Yeah, they will definitely have that to do. Where do you want to go next? I mean, we talked about that for a while. Do we want to just jump to an ad read for now?
Yeah, sorry.
Do you want to jump to the interview?
Yeah, we're gonna before we get to Mr. Colton Roberts. We're gonna take a quick ad break and then we'll get it over to him.
There's nothing like watching a hockey game live in person. WHL, NHL, even the AHL, we've gone and watched a couple games. It's been pretty fun, and there's no better way to catch those games and get those tickets than Game Time. Dylan, talk about it a little bit.
I mean, you mentioned it. Game Time is incredible, and you know what's even more incredible than watching on TV? It's going in person, like you said. And with Game Time, you get the best seats, the best value, best bang for your buck, the super deal, the best value, the best seat in the house for the best value.
Probably my favorite feature is the all-in pricing.
The all-in pricing. You're not going to see any stupid extra fees pop up after you check out. You're going to see the exact price 2 clicks away. It's pretty simple. If you want to go to a game, download the Game Time app. Use code THPN. That is code THPN for $20 off your first purchase, whether it's sports, concerts. It doesn't matter. Go to gametime.co. That is gametime.co, not .com, .co to get $20 off your first purchase using code THPN. And go to a game local to you. I mean, you don't want to watch it on TV. You want to watch it in person. So go check out Game Time and use code THPN.
Folks, our next guest is a 2024 San Jose Sharks 5th round pick in the WHL, playing for the Vancouver Giants defenseman Colton Roberts. Colton, thanks a lot, dude, for hopping on the pod.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Can't wait.
We talk about you getting drafted. Before you got drafted, obviously you went to the combine. That's a pretty big deal. Only a select few kind of get to go there. We talked to Wetch about him going. What was kind of your experience like heading to Buffalo to do that?
I mean, it's pretty cool. I've never been out to Buffalo or at all, and then seeing it's kind of like those 100 guys kind of getting looked at, getting to meet with all the teams. It was pretty awesome. And then also knowing a lot of WHL guys there, and a lot of my buddies back home went, so it was pretty cool to go there, have some really familiar faces, and have a good time.
Yeah, and then from there you get drafted by the Sharks. What's that feeling like when you hear your name called?
Yeah, I mean, it's like I can't explain. Like I kind of blacked out a little, but no, yeah, it's just. I mean, I worked all my life for that, and to have my name picked by such a great organization, it was awesome.
Yeah, they're gonna be pretty sick here in a few years. What was your experience like in Vegas? Obviously, that's a pretty big city to kind of go around and explore. But what was it kind of like for you and your family just to kind of stroll around there for a couple days?
Yeah, you hit it. Like I was with my family for the most part. I mean, sometimes I could go see buddies that were staying in the same hotel or around, but usually I was just having dinner with my family or just staying in. Kind of, I was so nervous. So
Yeah.
I've been to Vegas before too, so I kind of knew the place, but not obviously it's massive. I like don't know it, so I was just with family. Like my parents came, my aunts, uncles, grandparents. There was a lot of people there, so I was just kind of staying with them the whole time.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, and it's awesome to be able to have your family there. I know that's a rare thing, but relying kind of on your last trip to Vegas, this trip to Vegas, what's kind of your favorite thing to go see?
The Sphere for sure. I wasn't even there when I last time, and then seeing like how the NHL like created that venue, kind of, it was like really amazing. I mean that thing was unbelievable. I'd stand it all, but yeah.
Yeah, we were lucky enough to head down there and check it out as well, so it was pretty cool. But what were you in Vegas for before the draft?
Tournament. I was like
Ooh.
12 back then. The first year the Knights were in that came into Vegas. We had all the games at the practice facility, so I got to check all that out and all that stuff. So
That's sweet.
Yeah, that is unreal. I mean, they've just been lights out since they came into the league. But
Yeah, so annoying.
After the draft, then you headed to Dev Camp. What was the first Dev Camp like for you?
it was experience for me. I mean, I was nervous going in, but I knew Celebrini, knew Wetch, and then knew Miskey as well. So going in with those guys, kind of knowing familiar faces, it helped a lot. But I don't know, like seeing all the guys that you're kind of skating with and all the coaches, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, there isn't one guy out there that you're like, oh, he's not that great. there's guys left and right over there.
Sure.
We talked about the NHL draft. Obviously, kind of your first step into getting into the next level of hockey was the dub draft. Loaded 06 class. I mean, you went through the entire first round and there was really no misses. It was ridiculous. But what was it like kind of going so high, and what was your experience like on the draft day?
Yeah, that draft was weird. That was like the COVID draft when all got pushed back. So I don't know. It was cool. Like I was skating during the draft. Like we had a practice during the draft, like the first pick. So I wasn't even there to see my name called. But I don't know. I got like after getting off the ice, like I got calls from Barkley, like our Vancouver GM and all those type of guys. And then they already had media guys there kind of coming to like do like questions and stuff like that, like kind of introduce themselves and all that type of stuff. But no, like that was like my first like really big wow, I'd say.
Yeah, for sure. And then progress a couple months down the road, actually playing in the dub. What was kind of your first like, oh my goodness, I'm actually here, I'm in the dub moment that you had?
I remember this. I think my first game I played 4 shifts. So I remember when I got my name called, and I don't remember who I was playing with, but anyways, I got my name called and I got on the ice and they dumped the puck and they're going for a change and I almost trip over the blue line. Like I almost fell over to go back to the. I think that was my like welcome to the league, and then kind of looking around like the stand and seeing all the people watching. I think those two things for sure.
That's your first shift and you're just catching edges. That's a nightmare scenario. You haven't really traveled around a lot for like, you have traveled around a lot for hockey, but you've been in the same area playing hockey. You haven't went anywhere really outside of Vancouver. What's it like playing so close to home for literally your entire hockey career?
Yeah, like it's a backyard. Like I get like video sent to me from my buddies. They're coming to watch games all the time. Stuff. So like they don't even tell me. So it's like it's really cool that I know I have like friends, family that can come watch and support me every game. So yeah, I mean, I'm still living like the junior hockey life, but I'm just a little closer to home.
Yeah, I'm sure that's much appreciated when it comes to holidays and you just getting some support from your family. But International play. You played at U17s. What was kind of that experience like? Just being able to see the top guys from other countries.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. I mean, playing for my country's colors, like it's a dream come true. I know I've always wanted to do that. It was in Langley too. At the funny part, so didn't even get to travel for that. It was just in my home rink. But yeah, no, it was sweet. I mean, they hosted a really good tournament there. So
You played with two of your future teammates that went to the Sharks. Obviously, Celebrini was there, and Dickinson. Funny enough, that roster was relatively loaded. We kind of went through it today, and we're like, "Oh my goodness, this is ridiculous." So, yeah, Luke kind of talked about it, but just kind of the experience of just being with so many guys on your team, not even seeing the guys internationally that are so good, but just being with guys from your own country that are like eye-openingly good.
yeah, like when we went to the tryouts for the U17s, like they said it was like the top 100 that they said, and like seeing all the skill around Canada, it's unbelievable. I mean, like you're not just the only guy. Like there's all these different type of guys, all different leagues. So it's pretty cool seeing that. And like you said, playing with like those type of guys, like seeing their skill, it's awesome.
I want to move a little bit away from the international and just kind of the big news in the dub recently, being able to go NCAA once you're done. What was kind of, I know it's relatively new still, what was kind of your first reaction to that?
I mean, I heard about it a couple months ago. Didn't think it was going to come through this quick. And then, I don't know, I think like 5 guys committed already today. So
Yeah,
seeing that, like it's cool that they're giving us that opportunity to go play NCAA and like kind of further along our careers. So I think it's awesome for the CHL guys.
I want to rewind. You go to Dev Camp. Did you end up playing in like that mini tournament, the like Kings and the Sharks and the Golden Knights do?
Yeah.
I think the Ducks maybe. Did you play in that game? Who did you play against?
We played 3 games. I played 2 of them. I played against the Ducks and Colorado.
Oh, it was Colorado. That's who it is. Right. Talk about that a little bit.
Yeah, that was. I mean, like I was playing against like Cutter Gauthier, and like it was really cool. I mean, like the level up there, everybody's in their spots. Like they all kind of buy into what's supposed to be done. So it made it like I wouldn't say like easy to play, but it was that like took the nerves off me a little. But like yeah, like seeing all the faces you were playing with and against, it was pretty cool.
Yeah, that's a fun turn. I know most of the teams kind of split off into like 4 or 5 teams that go do it. So that's pretty cool, especially playing against like Cutter, who's playing in the NHL and so on and so forth. That's a pretty crazy experience.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, we're done. We should probably stop grilling you about hockey. Let's get a little bit lighter here. You live in Vancouver. So what's kind of the off season like? I mean, you get to pretty much golf all year round because besides rain, obviously in Vancouver, but kind of what are you doing to get your mind off hockey in between the seasons?
Doesn't stop raining here. It's grill.
Yeah.
But no, off season, like I'm training most of the off season, and then I mean I still have to bill it with the Giants because I still live decent far away from from where we practice. So I mean I get to go home for the summer, but yeah, like kind of just with friends, like you said, golfing. I mean it's really nice. So
I know Dylan normally asks, what's kind of the golf handicap looking like?
Yeah, I won't sandbag you guys. I think I'm around 7 or 8.
Oh, 7 or 8.
My recent rounds have really helped my handicap in shooting these, so those have been helping. But yeah, like I don't know. I've just been like hitting shots of like, wow, I can do that type stuff. Maybe we should get into golf a little more.
I think that's the best I think Nate Danielson's a scratch golfer, so I think you're number 2 on the guest list for handicaps. It's pretty solid. Yeah. Most of the boys are like, yeah, I'm like an 18. I'm playing bogey golf, so 7 8 is pretty solid.
Yeah, like this summer I was bogey golf, and then by the end of the summer it was just like something clicked.
All of it worked, hey?
Yeah.
Which is rare. That never happens.
And I respect the no sandbagging, just like straight out Like, hey, this is what I shoot. Come check me.
That's
I like
nice.
That's 8's on a good day though.
You're feeling good. What's another question we kind of ask guys? I'm gonna ask you two in this regard. Kind of the player that kind of wowed you the most when you were playing with them and or against them, and the funniest guy you've been around throughout your entire hockey career.
Are you just talking about like in the WHL? I can talk about like with
like the players anywhere you played. Like
Yeah.
Internationally, wherever you want.
when I played against Stankoven, Logan Stankoven, he was something else. I mean, to like hit you, he'd strip the puck instantly and be at the net already. That type of stuff. We played him I think I played him 15 times or something stupid.
Oh, I guess you're in the same division.
Yeah, we played him 8 times and then in playoffs as well. So it's just
a nightmare.
a lot. And yeah, I mean, it shows now he's in the NHL leading rookies in points.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
Yeah, he's unbelievable. Sorry, what was the other question you asked?
Who's the funniest guy you've been around, whether it be internationally, in the dub, growing up?
Recently, honestly, on my team, he just got traded to Seattle with Kyron Gronick. That guy, oh my God. I can't even say anything about him. He's one of my probably best friends on the team because when I was 16, I lived right beside him and I didn't have a car, so he'd always pick me up and drive places. So I was with him a lot. But yeah, he's a character. Let's just say that.
I do enjoy hearing this because literally everybody has their own funny guy. We've had what now? I think 20 plus guests on, and I think there's only been one repeat. So it's funny to hear guys and their different stories with guys in the locker room and guys kind of just hanging out with them all the time. That's awesome.
He was the team clown for sure.
You gotta have one. It sucks to lose him though. That's pretty cool.
I could steal your question here, or you could take it.
Sure. I mean, favorite stick growing up or now, is there a stick that really just sticks in your head that you're like, I wish I could bring it back or I love using right now?
I loved the I think it was the jet speed with the steel blade. It had that little I think aluminum or something on that. It's the jet. I forget what it's called. That stick, and then I loved this Easton Synergy 9 or whatever it was called.
Oh yes, dude. I think I used both of those growing up. Unfortunately, I stuck and they didn't really do much for me. But sticks.
Yeah, those were great. And then recently, I've always liked the Hyperlights, but we're CCM. But we switched to Bauer next year, so.
Oh yeah, I feel like a lot of teams are kind of moving to Bauer now.
I've
heard a lot about it. Is it the whole league is? Yeah, I think. I mean, I don't want to step on CCM's toes, but I'm a big Bauer guy. I think I'll always be a Bauer guy.
I'm both. I mean, I can't really decide. They're both.
Yeah.
They are good.
Yeah.
I use CCM. I use that jet speed growing up, and then I went to Warrior, and then I went to I was all over the map.
I don't think it mattered for you.
It really never did. It did not matter what stick I had in my hands. I kind of want to talk about just sticks in general. I mean, do you notice anything different about them? Are they getting any better? It feels like they can't get any better at some point.
I mean, when I first I'm using triggers, so when I first got in the league, trigger 6s, that compared to the 9s are way different for sure.
Yeah,
you can just feel it's a little lighter, and then But honestly, the 8 and 9, I have both right now, and I couldn't tell the difference. They're the exact same, just look different. That's all it is.
Yeah, same as playing NHL. It's just small every year, and then eventually when you go back and play NHL 16, you're like, wow, this is way different than the other
years
games.
Is insane.
Yeah, for sure.
No doubt. Anything else you got?
No, that's kind of all I got, I think.
Okay, well, we won't bombard any more of your time. We're super appreciative you hopped on, dude. It's been great. We should catch up sometime, maybe do it in person down the road.
So yeah, sounds good. Yeah, thanks a lot for having me. This was awesome.
Black Friday, Cyber Monday, right around the corner. You know what that means. Great deals all across the market. But with Raycon, you get those great deals every day of the year. But don't get me wrong, they're still doing Black Friday deals and Cyber Monday deals where you can get up to 30% off store-wide.
That's a lot of percentages, if you ask me. Anyways, their new model, if you haven't checked it out, all you audio lovers and you earbud lovers, 32-hour battery life, really long time.
Yeah.
And you're getting 2-point connectivity. So when you want to connect 2 of these earbuds to one device, you can do that. If you want to watch a movie with your buddy on one device, you can do that. Raycon's everyday earbuds also come with active noise cancellation,
which is huge because I got to listen to this guy, most of the day. So when I need to sit down and get some schoolwork done and throw in some good sounding tunes, you got the noise cancellation to do it.
And another thing, although Raycon's quality rivals some of the biggest names in premium audio, they're at half the price. So you can get premium audio for just half the price compared to all those other brands that are charging so much for their earbuds.
And something that a lot of those other brands don't have too, colors. So many vibrant colors Raycon's got. My personal favorite that I've seen are the Jolly Rancher watermelon ones. I mean, pink and green walking down the street. Like, wow. Just super cool. You stand out a little bit. It's pretty nice.
Now, it is the perfect time to scoop them up if you haven't already. And don't worry, if you're not as impressed as we are with them, there is a 30-day happiness guarantee, so you really can't lose with them. It's a big time to save. Black Friday, Cyber Monday, coming up really soon. Go to buyraycon.com/THPN today to get up to 30% off site. That's right, everything. 30% off. Go to Raycon's website at buyraycon.com/THPN.
That was Colton Roberts. Again, absolute beauty, and super thankful for him for hopping on because, it's been a while since we've done an interview, and damn, he was a good one to come back with because, oh my goodness. And glad he talked about his golf. I'm glad he talked about the WHL a little bit, get a little insight to what the boys in there are thinking. And with that, we're going to hop into a game. I'm joined by a special guest, 2-time winner of the competition we've been doing, and tonight's intramural all-star, Jay Soley.
Player of the game. Thank you very much.
In the home corner.
It's a pleasure to be back.
Snap for that guy.
I'm
going to kick his behind, though. So Dylan's going to flip a coin card, something for us.
You can go.
Yeah. Tails. I don't want to see his head.
Yo.
Well, I lost.
Jace.
Jace.
Oh,
We're playing career path game, by the
Yeah.
way. Dylan picked the players because me and Jace I'm the challenger. Jace won.
I'm giving the rock to Luke first.
Yeah, give me the rock.
I like from playing from the back.
All right. I grabbed a snack too. You didn't notice. Yeah? Oh, you just moved the file.
Where did I
Okay.
move it to?
Hold on, we're gonna take a quick break. Cringe. All right, after some technical difficulties, because someone let Dylan behind the camera again instead of in front of it. It's been a terrible experience. We're gonna get started on the game. I'm going first, so
Are you ready?
yeah, let's go ahead.
Are you serious? Hold on, I got it.
Oh my goodness, I can't read that.
Here we go. So, this man started his career in the 2012-2013 season with the Minnesota Wild. Played there all the way until 2018-2019, where mid-season he was moved to the Nashville Predators. Played with the Preds until 2022-2023. Mid-season went to the Pens. And then, in the offseason, he went to the Sharks, and he's currently still there.
Oh no, I don't like this. Who went to the Sharks from the Penguins that was on Minnesota? It is way too late to do this.
That's the question.
The $1 million question. Do you have the stats pulled up for when I dropped a hint too right away?
Yeah.
Can do so. Producer of the year. Okay, Smashville. Probably know him best from Smashville because that's
Yeah, the Wild and the Preds for sure.
Pittsburgh and San Jose. You wouldn't give me a goalie, would you? That's not a goalie. Is that a goalie?
2 minutes left.
Okay, drop me down.
What do you want to know?
Isn't that junior?
Is this draft?
Draft and junior.
Junior.
Nationality.
But no, I think technically you're supposed to defer. Yeah, go ahead.
Junior, he played SM Liga in Helsinki. And his draft.
It's Marcus Foligno.
No.
Oh.
I tell you when he was drafted.
Yeah.
In the 2010 NHL entry draft, he was drafted round 1, 9th overall.
Why'd you look at me with so much disgust when I said Marcus Foligno?
Why would Marcus Foligno go play in SM Liga for Helsinki?
For fun.
Oh,
He's a Euro, doesn't he?
Marcus
No.
Foligno?
Oh no, definitely not. Who am I think? Okay,
Clip it.
All right, now you're just losing.
You got a minute.
I know I'm screwed. Is Jace gonna get his?
Think so?
You know, okay.
I'm gonna go with no.
Draw me down. Give me the last one.
What is it?
Everything.
He's from Oulu, Finland.
Yeah.
He was born in 1992. He's a left-handed shot.
Position.
A center. He's a natural-born center. This year he has 18 points in 17 games for the San Jose Sharks. Good for him.
Wait, what? There's no way.
He had 60 points.
So he's playing with the Foley. Who's on Toffoli's wing? Or Toffoli's winger? Who's playing with the Foley?
He's 30 seconds.
Who's playing with the Foley?
Stop looking at me.
His initials are MG.
I got it.
Oh, Granlund. God damn it.
Mikael Granlund.
He had 18 and 17?
Mikael Granlund's the guy.
I had the M. The M was just sticking out in my head on the first
And
name.
you go Marcus Foligno.
Marcus
I thought Marcus was a Finnish
He's
name for a second, and I was like,
absurd.
I don't know, because that's my middle name. I was like, I don't know.
And
I
you're
was
finished?
I was lost. No, I'm not. Farthest thing from all Russian. No Finnish.
Jace, here's your guy. Are you ready?
All right, don't guess. I'm reading enough.
Ooh, did
Oh,
Jason
lots of
go
Florida.
out?
So this guy started his career in
Oh, you wanna do it?
2012-13 with the Florida Panthers. In the middle of the season in 2018-19, he went to the Pittsburgh Penguins. And in the 2021 or 2020-2021 offseason, he went to the Wild. And then after that, he went to the Coyotes in 22-23. Went to the Oilers mid-season 2022-2023. Off-season back to the Coyotes. And now with the Utah Hockey Club after they moved.
You gave me
Damn,
such a
Edmonton Oilers.
forgettable roster.
What?
I hate San
You,
Jose.
he gave me
I give you-
Utah.
I give you a first line winger. Center, I guess.
I wouldn't
oh
have
my
this one
goodness.
either, so I don't feel bad.
I can only think of the Ritchie brothers.
Well, it's not.
Yeah, and I know it's not because they played for the Flames. Oh my goodness. What are you? 22, 23?
So we got shot clock.
Yeah, I got you with 2 minutes left, Jason.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I think I know who this is.
Really?
No, I have no idea. I can take
Not
a
in
snap.
Minnesota.
All
Right.
You're gonna have to take a look.
All right, give me a second. Then.
This guy was drafted round 1, 19th overall, the 2010 NHL entry draft.
2010 too.
Wow, I know that draft so well.
So you get
he's
the
a
9, I get the
centerman.
10.
He's right-handed shot.
Okay, I was wrong. I had a D-man, so.
He played college hockey at the University of Minnesota for 3 years.
I know who this is.
Do you really?
No.
Okay, that's good.
I keep thinking I do, and then I'm like, wait a minute. Oh,
what?
yeah. Yeah, I do. I think I got this. Can I steal? I mean, because if he misses, I win anyways.
Yeah, if he doesn't get to it, it doesn't matter. JC, you have a minute left. You just have to get him at some point to go to the tiebreaker.
I should know the Oilers.
This is for the win.
Idea.
You should know him from the Oilers. He was a pain against the Kings.
Shut. That's not the last hint.
Fair enough.
You're gonna drop down? You're
Yeah.
running out of time.
You have 35 seconds.
There are his
Um,
initials, MS.
No.
I was wrong too.
He's from Minneapolis. Right-hand shot center. His initials are NB.
Wow. Yeah,
MB?
that makes sense. I know who it is.
He played World Juniors 2 times, 11 and 12.
Good for him.
6 points in 6 games. He has 10 points in 12 games total at World Juniors for the United States of America.
I know who it is.
Yeah.
It took me a lot.
NB are his initials.
Yeah, that's the big hint.
He is.
I think that was
So
fair.
late.
I think that was a
He's
fair one.
6'6".
Yeah. I can see him, but
Can I guess it if he doesn't get it?
I'm blanking.
15 seconds. 10,
Come on, just think of like the daily face-off lineup projections.
Yeah, no, that doesn't help. I don't look at Utah.
6,
Oh, I do.
4,
Frequently.
3,
Benjamin.
2, 1. I need a final guess from you. His initials are
NB.
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 And
Like nature?
Yes.
NB.
Yeah.
NB.
You guessed Benjamin. His first name starts with an N.
Benjamin Button. And BJ. So I need a final guess here.
An N? I'm going to go with Nelson Mandela.
Nick Bukestad. Yeah. NB should have been obvious.
Utah.
Sorry, man. Tough bounce.
I thought it was
I
N
thought it was
first
Florida.
off. I thought we were looking
This is
for
what runs through my head.
NB.
Me too.
It doesn't matter.
honestly-
You had your time.
Honestly, I
It
didn't.
doesn't matter.
Shut up.
You lose.
I
Yeah,
honestly
no,
don't
off the
think.
couch.
I honestly don't think I ever would have guessed him playing for Edmonton. I just hate
Really?
Edmonton. I just hate Edmonton.
No, I
I think
couldn't
of
have told you he was
Minnesota.
on Edmonton.
I would have never guessed he played.
Florida- Florida's my big one.
I honestly don't think I knew he played for Pittsburgh, but I got Minnesota
Florida
and
and
Florida.
AZ.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got AZ. Yeah, I can see the AZ. I didn't know. Yeah. All right. It was fun while it lasted.
It was fun.
I'm pretty sure we're just moving to an ad break, aren't we?
Sure are. We're going to snap it over to an ad.
We'll be back with our Team Canada predictions after this. NHL action is underway. We're partway through the season now, and if you're like us, you like to get in on the action a little bit with some gambling, DraftKings Sportsbook, head over there. It's an official sports betting partner of the NHL. Dylan, take it away.
Super easy for first timers to get started. Like try something simple, like picking a team to win. Go to the DraftKings Sportsbook app, select your team, place your first bet.
One of the games we'll be looking at on Friday, Washington Capitals versus Colorado Avalanche. They're playing in Colorado. Going to be a fun game. Caps are hot, so go on to DraftKings and pick a team.
Lines and odds are subject to change, just by the way. And if you are new to DraftKings, listen up. New customers bet $5 to get $200 in bonus bets instantly. That's right, $5, $200 in bonus bets instantly. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use code THPN. That is code THPN for new customers to get $200 in bonus bets when you bet just $5. Only on DraftKings. The crown is yours.
Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. In New York, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. In Connecticut, help is available for problem gambling. Call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. Please play responsibly. On behalf of Boot Hill Casino and Resort in Kansas, 21 and over. Age and eligibility varies by jurisdiction. Void in New Hampshire, Oregon, and Ontario. Bonus bets expire 168 hours after issuance. For additional terms and responsible gaming resources, see dkng.co/ftball. NFL Plus Premium offer available only to new and former NFL Plus subscribers. Additional NFL Plus Premium terms at nfl.com/terms.
Another beautiful ad read. Once again, that makes it
We're
three.
so good at
That
it.
makes it 3 of 3. And you know what's up next? 15 minutes of commercial-free podcasting. So we're gonna hop into our last two topics. Team Canada, February, big month.
Yeah, Four Nations Cup.
Face off.
Face off. I knew that.
I just love cups.
Cups are so much better.
So we decided to make a bit of a mock team.
And we're going to make a mock team.
Yeah, we're
Every
gonna
week for the next 4 weeks, we'll do Canada, Sweden, Finland, States.
You did remember the 4 teams.
I knew all the 4 teams.
Yeah, so we're gonna do those. That'll probably run until Christmas, and then you know what we have then?
Maybe some World Junior projections,
Some World Junior.
some World Juniors.
Yeah, we'll sprinkle it in, but we're getting close to international play, and well, not even close. We're in the middle of it. Rivalry series. Canada's up 2-1 right now.
Oh.
So we're
After a Chloe Pomerano dagger.
Dagger, such a gamer. Yeah, we had U17s recently, so we talked about it already. But international hockey is so back; it'll be back for the next 3 or 4 months. So it's gonna be great. Anyways, we'll get to the projected roster we had. Starting off with our first line, obviously the Nova Scotia line. We have Sidney Crosby, Nathan McKinnon, and Brad Marchand. I think obviously those 3 they train together in the summer. That's a line that kind of complements
And
complements
just
each other.
nothing to argue about there. Crosby and Marchand have been together for forever at
Yeah.
international play, and just
Yeah.
adding another Nova Scotia boy to that line who's
Yeah, it's hard to miss
so
with that line.
dynamic.
So I can't wait to watch that line in February.
Yeah.
Um.
Oh, also before we go any farther, just like the first line's pretty basic, but we did build this roster to compete.
Yes, this wasn't like
This is not the best players in Canada.
this isn't like skills competition.
Yeah.
From us, we're not picking
This
the,
isn't an
the
all-star
best
team.
14 forwards. We're not picking the best 7 defensemen. Well, we kind of did, but it works that way. But we weren't building an all-star team as it would be because this is for the all-star break. It's switching out. It's not like we're gonna take 20 plus guys that we think are the best we took 20 guys that we think are going to win
Yeah.
as a unit.
We
So
built the squad.
yeah.
Sorry,
So-
but then we'll move on to the
Yeah,
second
move to
line,
the
which is probably our biggest point of controversy.
I think so.
I think our second line is our biggest point of controversy. We've got McDavid centering Reinhart and the kid Bedard.
The kid, 19-year-old Bedard. I could go on and harp about it. We talked about it before. I think he's a lock to be in the top 6 for the next 2 years internationally. I think he's too skilled, too smart. He thinks the game's so right to not be in the top 6 playing with arguably the best 6 guys in Canada. I think he's going to be one of the best players in the world come his 20-year-old season. So I think it would be pretty crazy to not say he's not one of the top 6 guys in Canada, let alone the National Hockey League. So there's...
Do you think the NHL forces Bedard onto this team, even if Canada said, hey, maybe you're still a bit young, just because the NHL is going to want to market him?
You think the NHL gets 3 guys for each team? Or we will make sure these 3 guys go for each team. It'll be a little bit different for Finland and Sweden because the guys that are going to be going. There really won't be any guys that
No, there's not a huge.
the Swedish team will leave off that the NHL's like, okay, what are we doing?
Yeah.
But I think because it is still an NHL event, right? This isn't internationally
Actually, I have
sanctioned.
no idea. I have no idea. If
I think it is.
international, like it's
But is
IHF.
it double IHF?
I doubt it.
I don't think so.
I don't think it would be.
So I think this is a relatively NHL sanctioned event. We'll discuss it next week after we realize how wrong we are. But I think, it'd be weird to not see him on this roster.
Yeah, kind of our hot topic-ish is I think that I don't see him in the top 6. I think he should be in the top 6, but I don't think Canada puts him there. And again, I think that's just based off of them picking probably more of an all-star roster than a team to win. If they wanted a team to win, I would definitely have Bedard with McDavid because they just think so much better than everyone else and so much faster than everyone else that it'd be interesting to see McDavid play with another guy who can think like he can. Obviously you see him with Draisaitl and how dominant they are because Draisaitl can think the game, but most of the year he's playing with wingers who do not think at his level.
No, and Bedard, I was lucky enough to see him. We got to see him when he played junior. I seen him live a couple weeks ago. He's different. He's different when you see him because you can watch him the whole shift. He's always on. He's not when you watch on TV. He's not always on the camera. Maybe he is, but when you see him and you just see the little things that happen when the camera moves, where the camera doesn't move because you're watching it in person, you can see the little things that he does with the stick, the angles he creates, the way he chips pucks off walls to get guys open. So smart, and I think a guy that would complement McDavid really well, especially a guy that can shoot the puck because. I mean, McDavid can go do it. He can go score 60 if he wanted.
Yeah.
But I think in the grand scheme of things, you look at McDavid as a playmaking pass first type option. Whereas Bedard is too. He has way more assists and goals right now. But his archetype is a goal scorer.
Yeah, he can shoot.
He's a goal scorer.
Yeah.
So those two will complement each other really well.
But he's also going to get the space to shoot. His line mates right now aren't giving him that space. He's the focal point of that line.
Yeah, Sam Reinhart is going to create space. He's going to bang home pucks. He's going to do that line creates a lot of offense. Yeah,
what's going to happen when they come out and they're like, "Hey, we got to focus on McDavid," and all of a sudden you have just a layup of a matchup.
Oh, and 98's over there too. We should maybe look after him.
Yeah, and then you got a guy. Oh my god, yeah, that line's terrifying.
Anyways,
then our third line, relatively kind of just this is our build to win.
Yeah,
part coming out.
This is the checking, the next 2 lines, just checking lines that can grind you down and score.
Yeah, we went Stone, centering Point and Verhaeghe, and I actually think this line is probably deserving of a third line too. It's not like these guys don't deserve to be here because I think they're the best players.
Yeah, 100%.
Our fourth line not so much.
No, our fourth line is different.
Our fourth line's different. But our third line, I think, is pretty basic. I think all those guys have a spot on this roster.
Yeah.
We'll talk a little bit about the guys that we left off after and kind of why we did. But relatively simple. Fourth line got a little frisky.
Yeah, we had fun with this one.
Don't know what happened in the 4C. Not sure how much Drew should be there, but veteran presence.
Gotta have veteran presence.
And we have Drew between Konechny and Hagel, which I love Hagel's speed and TK's sick.
You can argue Travis Konechny all you want. That guy's a stud.
Yeah.
He's so underrated in the grand scheme of hockey.
He should be on this team no matter what.
No matter what you say. That guy is a gamer. And I'd have him on my roster.
Yeah. And I love the idea of having Hagel with speed on that fourth line.
He creates a lot of havoc
with
just how fast his speed moves.
Which maybe Drew doesn't complement those two guys the best. Just kind of started pretty strong, and I don't know. It's just Claude Drew.
He's also he's been a smart center for ages. So
yeah,
I don't see why he couldn't. But you're right. Maybe they play the game at a different pace. Maybe it's a little bit. You need a guy up the middle that complements that speed. If we're gonna have
could almost run Barzal up the middle.
Anyways, that's our fourth line. Our two extras right now are Robert Thomas and Matt Barzal.
Barzal could easily slot in for Drew in that 4C, but
Robert
forward, they always play with that during the tournament.
Robert Thomas is hurt right now, so hard to kind of get a gauge. He led his team in scoring last year. He was over a point per game, so it'd be hard to leave that guy off the team. But anyways,
guys, we cut
our bubble roster forwards that were kind of on the bubble that didn't end up making our roster. Mitch Marner is kind of the first guy.
And he's probably the one that turns the most heads.
That's a guy you could probably see go slot in for Bedard on the McDavid line.
Yeah, that was kind of my thought when we built this roster was that but he doesn't have a spot in my bottom six.
No, and he doesn't fit into what we built in the bottom six.
Barely fits in the top six. The only guy there that he could replace is Bedard.
Yeah, so that was the reason we left him off. Not saying he's not good at all.
He's soft too. Might as well go play for the Americans, but
that was the reason we left him off because we didn't really find a spot for him on what we created. So that was kind of the reason. Next up, we have Mark Scheifele. I think he could very well slot in for a guy like Mark Stone.
I think he could play his way onto the team because when we built this 2 weeks ago, and we're like, hey, he's a hot start, but it's Mark Scheifele. He's getting up there, and he's not as experienced or not holding up as well as a Crosby, but apparently he is because he's just been unreal on that unreal Winnipeg team. So he could easily play himself onto this team.
Absolutely. Who else? Zach Hyman. Slow start. I mean, obviously, we've heard talks of him being on McDavid's wing. It very well could be. So
I'd just like to see McDavid with different players. I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, that's kind of where our heads was at with that. But I think Zach Hyman could find his way onto the roster. We have the Canadian Nick Backstrom that didn't make the squad. Dylan Strome. He's been very, very good without
revitalizing Ovi
on Ovi's line
and a rejuvenated Cap team.
Yeah, holy smokes! Lost last night to my Leafs though. And Sam Bennett, kind of the last guy. We needed a guy like Hagel was not ready to go for our team. If we made the team, we could see Sam Bennett kind of slot in and do that role. So
yeah, and then let us know what you think about the forward core. Our D core, we're not going to waste much time on. It's pretty basic. Our top four is basic for sure. Makar and Morrissey, first pair. Yep. Then we went shut down in Vegas. Theodore and Pietrangelo. Yep. I just think that line is just never going to get scored on. Not very often, anyways.
Yeah.
And then your bottom three, your last pair and your seventh guy are all pretty interchangeable with guys that we left off the roster. Relatively. Now, your bottom pair less so, but I think we have Taze and Dobson. And I'm a huge Dobson guy.
I agree.
We're both big Dobson fans.
I agree.
And I think he deserves to be there. He's young. Still young, but he's so good.
He's very good. I think he does a really good job on. He even creates offense on an IL's team that for years and years has been considered a pretty conservative team. So I would say defensive team. I think he does a really good job. I think he fits the mold really well on a third pairing. So it'd be hard to kind of leave him off my roster.
I wouldn't also be surprised if we saw a more balanced approach and went Taze Makar and then Morrissey Dobson.
Yeah, for sure.
And then you have 3 D pairs that are just going to
That are
all
consistent.
roll. Like, they're just unreal.
Yeah, you could roll. Like, each pair could play 20 minutes.
Yeah, and then so nothing crazy. The D pair, Canada's D is always a big strength in the tournament. And then Evan Bouchard right now is our 7th one. I'm feeling less and less confident in that. Watching the very limited hockey I've been watching, I'm feeling less and less confident in that.
He scored the other day.
Yeah, but we don't need scoring as a 7th guy. We don't need a power play guy.
You want to know why he didn't sit on our rosters? Because he can't play defense.
Yeah, and you need a guy. So like the guys on the bubble that could push for that 7th spot. Ekblad, obviously super strong, just steady. Doughty, just a gamer at international play.
Always has been.
Montour's been just really good the last couple years, making a push. Sneaky.
Yeah,
I don't think for this team, but I think could push for the Olympics if we see 2 consecutive strong years out of him, especially with his World Junior play. But Brant Clark.
Doughty did it in 2010.
Yeah.
We could see a little bit of a repeat for Kings defenseman, right-handed defenseman.
Yeah. Just hoping some of the forwards. We need some forwards to come back and repeat so you can get back in cup contention. Maybe a goalie. Good Lord.
I needed everything at this point.
And then on the bottom of our list, we just had Owen Power and Morgan Riley, just kind of for fun. Just
guys that
shout outs that they're good Canadian defensemen, but they're not really.
Yeah, they got to beat some good left-handed defense with that chance. So
yeah. And then our biggest weakness and a big problem looking forward to is the Canadian goaltending. Yeah, we don't even. You look at the States, loaded. Swedes loaded. Finns loaded. They all have at least 1 or 2 bona fide, just like go-to guys.
Yes, like literal Vezina candidates on every team except for us.
Yeah, so that's gonna hurt. I mean, hopefully that G-core can hold up in front of them. Our power play shouldn't have any trouble outscoring teams. So, but again, international play, it's always comes down to like some 4th line guy that's gonna step up and play, and maybe a good goalie. And the guys, our starter is Jordan Bennington, which Jace, our goalie guy, doesn't hate.
Stanley Cup winner half a decade ago.
Yeah, and he's been consistent, pretty consistent behind a bad team. Like, you give him a good team, who knows what's going to happen.
That's true. I mean, you see a lot of guys that do it. Kings had a Camp Talbot last year, and they played good defense. And he was considerably a better goalie than any year he's played. So
now you have a guy that obviously you're playing the best shooters in the world, though.
Yeah, it's a little bit different.
That American team.
Lots of guys can create chances where you don't think they can create chances now. You have 12 guys on an American team that can go score. Yeah, same with Canadian teams. So it's pretty crazy.
You know what won't be able to do? Play defense.
That is true. That is true. We'll talk about that later when we do their mock team.
Yeah. Then back up, we went Aiden Hill. Just really don't like the option of Stuart Skinner right now.
Or Sam Monbo.
There was flashes that you're like, hey, this guy could be a good backup, maybe push Bennington for the starting role. He came out weak. He did not come out strong.
If 10 years ago you told me the options we'd have at goalie after watching Carey Price play at Sochi, I would have been like, that's a funny joke. We have to have someone.
Like if they just gave you the stats.
Is the stats
names?
Yeah, like obviously
we wouldn't know
the names at the time, but like if we looked at what the actual
pedigree of
who we were, like if we seen their careers, we would be like, really? Like our goalie doesn't have a Hart Trophy?
Yeah, that's didn't he win the Hart Trophy after the Olympics?
Yeah, 2015.
Monbo though, he's a Frenchie, isn't he?
Yeah.
We were ripping on Quebec earlier. Quebec, we need a goalie.
We do. We need him so bad. Just a goalie. One goalie. That's it.
Yeah. That's all they got to produce because they don't produce anything else. Not much else.
Yeah.
Maybe some poutine, but they can have it back for a good goalie.
They can keep their poutine. If
I'd trade all the poutine in the world for just a
Vezina.
Yeah. I think that's a fair trade.
I agree.
Quebec heroes out. We have Fleury as our 3rd string, veteran presence, and just nod to him for being just a dog.
Yeah, just being there forever.
That's our roster.
Yeah, let us know what you would change and if we're wrong. And if you say we're wrong, you're wrong.
Yeah.
You're wrong. Absolutely, you're wrong.
Yeah. We like to argue.
Yeah, we'll listen, but we'll tell you you're wrong. Anyways, I think that's kind of it.
That's kind of it. We're gonna maybe touch on some NHL news. There was some random stuff that we kind of.
Yeah, the Pens are bad. Everybody's on the block except Sid.
Yeah, poor Gino. He doesn't want to get traded.
I don't want him to get traded either.
No, he wants
keep 71 on the black.
He wants to stay with Letang and Crosby. I don't know if Crosby would be thrilled staying in Pittsburgh if they traded Gino.
You know, I didn't even think about this actually. That would suck. But everybody's on the block. Who's trading for Erik Karlsson?
No one.
Yeah, I wouldn't personally.
No, his contract's too high.
It's too high. He doesn't play defense.
Yeah. And if you only have Crosby for 2 years, you're not soaking contracts.
No. So, Pens are bad. Everybody's on the block.
Yeah.
100%.
Winnipeg thought we're maybe frauds taking advantage of an easy schedule.
They did take advantage of an easy schedule, but
which they did.
But good teams have to take advantage of an easy schedule.
And they've proved they're not. The last 4 games, they started to prove that they could beat good quality teams. Like they wouldn't. They have a big test in the coming week. They played Florida twice.
By the way. No, right. How could I forget?
Toronto's not making it past the first round.
Leave wagon.
Together. Yeah, but they got a real test coming up in Florida.
Yeah.
They played Florida twice in the next week.
Yeah.
But they beat some decent teams in the last week after they had that relatively easy start.
We're calling the New York Rangers a decent team.
I would say I had Tampa and New York balanced out as decent.
Oh.
But
we have them under the same umbrella.
We have like no, not same umbrella. Like we have very good and underwhelming.
Equals
decent competition.
Equals pretty okay.
Equals pretty
That's
okay.
Fair. Okay, I see where you're going.
But yes, they beat a very good Rangers team, and they beat a
handedly
underwhelming underwhelming Tampa team this year. But so we'll see if they can keep it going. I mean, obviously, I don't think this pace is sustainable, but
yeah, it's gonna be pretty hard to go 81.
Yeah, we'll see though. Hellebuck, Jason's least favorite Vezina winner.
Why does he not like him?
I don't know. He's not here right now. He's at class, but yeah, tough bounce. Poor guy. What else do we want to touch on from around the league quick before we kind of wrap this up? I mean, Stan Goldman's still leading the point race. I'm going to update that every week.
Yeah, the Calder race should be good.
Hudson is doing better than I
Hudson might sneak in and steal the show here.
Because he's at what, 10? He's 3 points back of Stank and 2 points back of Mitchkov. Mitchkov had a nasty shootout winner. That was pretty sick. TK also had a nasty shootout goal in that game.
Flyers tires or not?
Oh, pull up at TK's tires because he's sick.
Yeah,
no, screw the Flyers. Flyers suck.
Okay.
Always have, always will. Not always have. What happened to that great organization?
Yeah, whatever to the org I love.
Other than that, nothing too crazy. I don't think that we. Lars Eller.
Yeah. Oh yeah, first trade from the Pens.
Yeah, first trade from the Pens. We just talked about. Everyone's on the block. They go back and trade Lars Eller back to Washington.
Yeah.
Good for Washington. Going out and getting a piece. Hopefully he can slot in and
piece. Yeah, that's a piece, I guess.
Oh. Maybe a small piece, but a piece of the pie nonetheless. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all I got.
Yeah, I think
NHL news.
Everything's pretty tame since last week, but we talked NCAA before, correct?
Yeah, we did talk NCAA.
Okay, we won't need to harp on that anymore. Yeah, that'll be it for this week. Big shout out to Colton Roberts. Super awesome. We'll have to reconnect with him down the road and do something in person because super awesome dude. Super great interview. So, anyways, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube if you want to watch.
Oh, we did want to test if someone makes it this far.
Yes. Comment your cup favorite.
Yeah.
If you've made it this far, comment your cup favorite. Anyways, you can catch us on Spotify, Apple, YouTube if you want to watch. Thanks again for all you beautiful listeners and our viewers. We will catch you guys next week.